Time for a crypto market update, February 1st, 2026. Time to talk about low time frame, mid time frame, and high time frame perspectives on the market. Low time frame means you're probably a day trader, or your expectations are set to where within a day or two, any kind of price action's either going to make your dream come true or shatter your heart. Mid to high time frame is really kind of the place where I live. That means you're probably a spot investor at best, a position investor, someone like that. Maybe a little swing trading here and there, but really relying on the power of DeFi and the greater ecosystem. Well, yesterday, Binance, the largest central exchange on the planet, kind of a repeat offender, chose violence. And on a Saturday with low trading volume and no present Wall Street buyers and retail traders, kind of taking the day off, Binance, 48 hours after announcing that they were going to begin buying $1 billion of Bitcoin over the next 30 days, converting their stablecoin fund, their Seifu fund, into Bitcoin, they decided to sell $1 billion in one morning. This, of course, is in the effort to liquidate longs and, well, pad their coffers. But as I discussed, that really only matters if low time frame price action is what you're dependent on when it comes to your crypto journey. Because on the high time frame, even within the last week, the others BTC ratio, that is the crypto market minus the top 10 market cap tokens, we're actually up 3%. Bitcoin has lost ground to the smallest crypto. And as we've discussed here, this is turning out to be Wyckoff Accumulation Schematic 1, where there is a spring event. The November 21st weekly cycle low is challenged and broken by what could be the January 31st weekly cycle low. Another thing you won't hear a lot of people talking about on a low time frame is the fact that Bitcoin is really tracking behind gold the way it always does. So yeah, if you were wanting all-time highs this week, I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. But it could even mean that the Bitcoin bull market that everyone's saying is dead right now, and hey, maybe it's been a bear market since October 10th during the deleveraging fiasco, but regardless, if that's the case, then it means it's probably almost over based on cycle trading theory and hermetic timing patterns. My base case is that we are simply still in a pivot window and the Wyckoff spring is developing. That's only invalidated if Bitcoin breaks and closes a weekly candle below 74K. I actually love all of the bad sentiment. I love the fear, uncertainty, the doubt. Not because I crave it, but because it usually is the counter signal. And in case you're wondering, we can go on chain. You can go on charts. You can go to Arkham Intelligence. You can see the low time frame market manipulation that happens by central exchanges such as Binance. The biggest risk on indicators out there is the ISM manufacturing PMI number, which we really want above 50. The national global aggregate number is still below 50. However, what they're not telling you in all the noise on social media is that New York, Chicago, Dallas, Richmond, Kansas, Philadelphia are all starting to report above 50. Not only above 50, but durably above 50. Which means we should be experiencing a PMI report above 50 as those regional PMIs start to feed into the national. I'm actually not going anywhere. I'm certainly not selling any of my spot positions. I feel if you're part of this audience or you've been following me for a while, you'll note that I don't really shill tokens to you, and there's a purpose for that, because these low time frame volatility moments when large whales, institutions take matters into their own hands, you can't plan for that. But what you can plan for and prepare yourself for is having a portfolio that is well balanced, not just balanced from a diversity standpoint, but in the good stuff. I mean, if I'm buying, 6 figures of Bitcoin since October 10th, right? DCAing, whatever, SWI, Chainlink, right? And then all of a sudden, my mid and high time frame perspectives are incorrect. The worst case scenario for me is that I own more of great things that aren't going anywhere. But if you're buying 6 figures of meme coins or even 4 figures of meme coins, your destiny is completely out of control. Where a lot of emotions and expectation shattering come into play is not a proper approach to risk management and balancing of portfolios and expectation management. That's a really tough one. I actually am very bullish. I think there's a 5% chance that we lose mid and high time frame structure from here. I think most of what's happening in the market right now sets us up for a pretty significant counter rally or contrarian trade. But most people won't like that because a lot of biases are being developed. And anytime people develop those biases and they hear new information, that new information challenges their heartbeat. It challenges their identity, at least a short-term identity that they take on as an investor, whether you're a bear identity or a bull identity. And so new information becomes hard to hear. So right now, I'm very much in the minority, and I love being in the minority. I love being the signal in the noise. Not because of ego, but because of opportunism. I believe that bears sound smart. They have in low time frame perspectives, but I believe and I've experienced that bulls make money. If you're still here, thanks for being here. Appreciate you listening and being a part of my audience. I am traveling, if you can't tell. Volleyball tournament season has arrived, and so I'm trying to toggle all this data, all these charts, all of this macroeconomic info, while at the same time producing a little bit of content for you here on the weekend. So forgive me for any inconsistencies as we move forward. If you found this video helpful, give me a number 3 in the comments. Like, follow, repost, bookmark it. Let's come back to it later if you need a second listen. And if you really are tired of doing crypto alone, go to cryptoyall.com. You can learn how to become a wealthy crypto investor without being a day trader. And you can even schedule a call with me if you watch that 12-minute overview video. Like and follow for more.